We have a lot of conversation to review today. We will be doing a review lesson, so we'll just be going over a couple things as a review, and then we'll be adding some more things on today. So first of all, when I say Jumriep Sua to you, say Jumriep Sua back to me. All right, so we have our Jumriep Sua. How do you say goodbye? Jumriep Lia, or the informal way, Lia Hai. All right, let's review counting up to 19. Okay, Moi, Pi. If you want to say it with me, that's fine. If it's something that you need to review, maybe the first time watching this lesson, I'll try to give you some time to repeat after me. So you can repeat after me, and then as you feel more comfortable, you could even say it with me if you wanted. So I'll start over. Moi, Pi, Bai, Buon, Pram, Pramui, Prampi, Prambay, Prambuon, Dot, Dot Mui, Dot Pi, Dot Bay, Dot Buon, Dot Pram, Dot Pramui, Dot Prampi, and I think we mentioned this before, but sometimes you'll hear people say Dot Prampal instead. Dot Prambay, Dot Prambuon. Okay, so 1 through 19. I just want to go back and mention about the number 7. So the number 7 has two ways of saying it. Again, Prampi, which is 5-2. Okay, and that is the formal way if someone is saying something in school. If they're reading it formally, they will say Prampi. On the street, they say Prampal, Prampal. So if you hear both, just to be able to hear both, to be able to recognize what they are, but only to be able to say one is sufficient, at least right now. But at least to recognize, if you hear a number that you don't recognize, like Prampal, Prampal, excuse me, 7. Okay, that's the one that's sort of odd. Okay, let's go over some titles. So how would you say younger? Younger sister or younger brother? Baon. What about older sister? Bong. Okay. What if I were to say aunt? Ming. Okay, what about uncle? Po. Grandma? Yay. Grandpa? Ta. And if I were to generally greet everyone or say, how is everyone doing? For instance, I could say, Sok sok bai, bong paon. How is everyone doing? Okay, so that's how we could, everybody, how would you say, what's your name? Chmua avai. Chmua ai, sorry, Chmua ai. And then you could answer Knyam Chmua, and you say your name. Okay, Chmua ai. How do you say, where are you from? Or where were you? Mao Bina. Mao Bina. And where are you going? Tau na. Tau na. Okay? I was reading an article about Chinese the other day, and it was interesting because they say when you learn Chinese textbook style, they will teach you a certain way to say, how are you? But they normally don't ask each other that style of how are you. If you were to walk and meet somebody on the road or see somebody, you would ask, Auntie, have you eaten yet? And it's sort of one of those questions that you don't really want a full answer to. They just say, yeah, or yeah, I've eaten. And they don't really expound on it. Sort of like, how are you doing? Fine. It's the same answer no matter, if they're fine or not. Normally they just say fine. So a Khmer way of just saying, how are you? Mount Bina, where are you coming from? Or Tau na, where are you going? It's just more of they really are not asking where you're going or where you're coming from necessarily. Sometimes they are, but sometimes it's just a polite way of saying, how are you? Okay, so just a little culture thing. If they ask you Mari-lyn, they're not trying to say, where did you come from? I'm, trying to find exactly, know where you came from and I'm following you or something like that. It's just it's a neat cultural thing that they do here. All right, so I have a page to remind me of what we want to learn, and I'm going to start adding some more things because we'll have a couple days in between lessons. You can go back over them and review them and start to learn a lot more. One thing you want to learn is how much. How much is this? So, how much? Hopefully by now you feel a little bit comfortable going out, maybe going someplace, ordering a coffee, walking down the street, being able to buy water, being able to buy something like that. And if you don't know the name of the item, you can even point to it. And we talked about ordering one, like so moi, can I have one? But asking the price. So how much? This be tea. Okay, so it has two words, tlai, 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 tlai. Now this vowel is one you've already had. I'm going to erase it in a second, but you'll recognize this. Ai, tlai. So maybe in your notebook where you're keeping your notes, you'd want to put this vowel next to it so you can remember. It's a lot easier to write that one symbol rather than this ai. Anyway, for now, we'll just write it out in English. Tlai. Then the next word is bon, and this is the this is a short O sound. And I apologize for writing short. I want to say fast because it's a long O sound, so I don't want to get that confused. It's a fast O. Bon. Bon, and it's actually the not the b sound, it's the other sound we talked about. So if you can remember that, it's the soft B, bon. But anyway, bon. And then the second part of that word is man. This would, man, would rhyme with man. There's not too many English words that I can think of. John, the name John, okay? Man, John. It would rhyme with the name John. Okay? Tlai, bon man. Okay. Again, tlai, bon man. And at normal speed, tlai, bon man. Okay? This is your most important in the whole sentence to get this out the loudest, the most accented. So again, slow. Tlai, bon man. Tlai, bon man. Okay, how much? All right, I'll give you a second to write that down. We're gonna have to erase it later just for space on the board. Next, we're gonna learn some verbs or some words that have to do with eating. Okay, so the first word we're gonna learn is just the word eat. Eat, and this is our ny, like our Spanish or onion, okay, ny. Nham. Nham. So this verb basically means to eat. But a lot of times, if you just want to say eat a meal, they will add the word rice to it. Okay? We wouldn't say I'm eating. Okay? Knyom nham. You would say knyom nham bai. So the word rice is bai. It's a little bit different than this one. See, this is I. This is actually almost like our English letter I. Nham bai. Okay? Nham bai. This sounds a lot like bye. And they make a joke with that sometimes too. But if you were to say knyom nham bai, I'm eating. Okay? We'll get to other words later, like I want to eat, something like that. So if you're not specifying what you're eating, like I'm eating fruit, I'm eating candy, you're not specifying, you're eating a meal basically, just nham bai, okay? So you might go to somebody's house and they might say, Mao, nham bai, eat with us, come eat with us. Okay, and then we'll learn another word real soon that means have you already eaten? Okay, so this just basically is eaten, come eat with us. If you're not specifying what you're eating, it's always eat rice, and if you've lived here for very long, you can see why, because they always eat rice. It has to be with every meal. That's okay. Drink. The word drink is puck. Puck rhymes with duck. Now remember, ending sounds are never sounded. So it's simply you stop it. So it would be puck, not puck. 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 Huh? So it's a drink. Puck. All right, so you have, I'm going to erase these in a second, but tlai, pon man, how much? Nham, bai, to eat. Puck, puck, to drink. All right, let's keep going on with some of our food words that have to do with eating. And the next word is going to be hungry. Okay, hungry. Hungry is clean, clean, clean. Okay? So you could sayខ្ញុំclean, I am hungry. As you notice, there's no word for am. It's simplyខ្ញុំclean, I hungry. Okay?ខ្ញុំclean. And we learn this word when we say sok sabai te. That word te at the end is like a question word, and actually it means the word no. So I don't know if you've met other people from other languages, but sometimes they'll say, you hungry? No? So it's sort of the same way in Khmer. That's how we would speak if we were to translate it. So if you were to ask somebody, you could say, for instance, Ming. Ming clean te? Ming, are you hungry? No? Are you hungry? No? So we could ask it like that. You could say Bone clean te? To ask a question, are you hungry? Okay? So clean is to be hungry. Okay? Thirsty. Thirsty, a lot of times we add the word water with it. So we're going to talk about the word water as well, because if you were to say I'm thirsty, you would normally say I'm thirsty for water, and you know, whatever you're drinking. But normally you would add the word water to it. So right after the word thirsty, we're going to add the word water, and most of the time they will be used together. So the word thirsty is Srek, srek. Remember, R's are always rolled. Srek. This is a hard consonant blend for American or English speakers to get. Srek, srek. Okay, srek. And once again, our K is not sounded. Srek, srek. Okay. So it's like the word rake, to rake the lawn. Rake, srek, srek. The word for water. Tuck, tuck. Now remember, this is that the sound that we talked about, where your tongue is right behind your teeth. Tuck, tuck, tuck. Right? So if you were thirsty, you would sayខ្ញុំស្រេកទឹក.ខ្ញុំស្រេកទឹក. You could ask somebody else, Bongស្រេកទឹក? And you could even just say it like that. Or you could say, Bongស្រេកទឹកទេ? Are you thirsty? All right, one way to ask. But this is just water. Okay, so we had the word for drink, right? If you were to ask for a drink, you could say som, which is please. Som, puck, tuck. There are other ways of saying it, but I'm trying to use words that you already know. Som, phak tak, or actually in Khmer you could say som tak phak, please water to drink. Please drink water, or please water to drink. So you could actually say either way, som tak. But if you just said som tak, please water, that would probably be just the simplest way of asking if you're thirsty. Okay, som tak. Okay, so again, if you were to say thirsty, you would probably say knyom srek tak. Okay, that's thirsty. Now we have the word full. The word full is remember, this is not sounded, it's not. It's just you're simply stopping your I by putting your tongue behind your teeth for that Khmer TH sound. Not the English TH sound, the Khmer TH sound. So, ch-I, right? Ch-I. If you were to say, if they were to say, ba'o nham bai te, okay, ba'o nham bai, ot. Ot is another word that we learned for no, okay, ot. You could say, mun ai te, or did I say ot ai te? I think I said mun ai te, knyom cha'ait. You could just say knyom cha'ait, knyom cha'ait, okay? Cha'ait. All right, we already talked about water. We have two more things we want to talk about, and that is fruit and meat. So fruit, if you have this, if not, just pause it, write it down real quick. Fruit. Fruit is ply. Cho. Now remember, it's not chur, it's cho. It's a lot more open in your mouth. So ply cho. So you could say som ply cho, or knyom klien ply cho. I'm hungry for fruit. Okay, so ply cho, fruit. Meat. Now, the J at the end might sound weird because in English we don't understand our words with J, but this is simply where you put your tongue. So you pretend like you're going to say a J. Sad. Like you're going to say a J, but don't say a J. All right? So sad. Okay? Knyom klien sad. And we'll learn more about animals later, but basically, if you were to say, I'm hungry for beef, you would say sad cow, sad pig, sad chicken. All right, so that's the way they would use meat. So sad, we'll learn more about the different animals later. All right, so just to review, you might have to look back at your notebook. How would you say how much? I'll let you look a second. How much? Thlai pon man. Again. Thlai pon man. And one more time. Repeat after me. Thlai pon man. All right, good. How would you say eat? And we're going to talk about just the plain word eat. Nham. Nham. What if you're talking about eat a meal? Nham bai. Nham bai. Okay, drink. Phak. And you can add the word phak tak. The word for water, again, tak. Tak. All right. Hungry. Clean. You could say knyom klien bai. I'm hungry for a meal. It actually means I'm hungry for rice, but it more means like I'm ready to eat. I'm hungry for a meal. Knyom klien bai. ខ្ញុំឃ្លាន plater fruit something like that okay thirstyស្រេក and then you could also add the word ស្រេកទឹក I'm thirsty for water ស្រេកទឹក okay how would you say the word full ឆ្អែត ខ្ញុំឆ្អែត I'm full no thank you I don't want any food okay ខ្ញុំឆ្អែត okay fruit we already talked about this a second but go ahead fruit plater good and then meat sad thank you and enjoy using these words I hope you try to find every opportunity you can to use these and to try to listen to them when you hear people start talking about food try to catch some of these words have a great day ជម្រាបលា